Internet, Mogwai here, and I got another Legends of Runeterra video for you guys today. And today we are going to be playing Aggro for men. This is Aggro, ladies and gentlemen. And before I hop onto the deck tech for this sweet archetype that I really do enjoy, I'm going to preface this video by saying that I'm fully aware that today, by the time this video is being uploaded, because naturally I do record this earlier on in the day, the patch notes for the balance patch will be released, right? And there's a lot to talk about, and I'm sure a lot of you guys are expecting a video of me talking about since balance changes, because I think we're all definitely expecting quite a few of them to happen, and this could have really significant consequences on the metagame for obvious reasons. So this is very important stuff to talk about, basically, and I tend to do videos talking about these balance patches every time they come out, but this time around I'm gonna preserve all my thoughts and opinions and everything I have to say for tomorrow's podcast, because I'm going to be recording Progress Day alongside Impetuous Panda and Swim, and we're going to be discussing these balance changes to detail and giving our opinions and just going back and forth on it. So if you want, to see my impressions on the balance patch and what I have to say about it, check out tomorrow's podcast. It will go up at 7 p.m. CEST. And then it will be followed up by a regular upload 3 hours later, like the standard daily gameplay upload that you're always going to get from me. But tomorrow you get an extra video, and it'll be a podcast talking about the balance changes, and that's where you can see it. And that's all I'm going to say regarding that, because we are going to be talking about some good old discard aggro. Now, we are featuring a card in this deck that I definitely expect this card to be nerfed. I think most of us do. So we'll see exactly what they do to the Boomku Rookie, if they do anything. Like, they may not nerf it, that could also happen, but I definitely do expect Boomku Rookie to receive a nerf, in the balance patch. So yeah, we'll see exactly how impactful that is. Regardless, it's not like, this current version of Boomku Rookie is absolutely essential to this archetype, as we're an aggro deck, but we are quite different from the standard Piltover Noxious Burn variant, which, a lot of you have probably seen the thumbnail and, the region combination and the term aggro in the title, and you're probably like, Mogwai, you were supposed to defeat them, not join them, right? And yeah, I'm gonna start off this deck tech by saying that I'm actually a big fan of aggro in Legends of Runeterra, and I'm a big fan of this. This is my personal favorite way to play aggressive decks in the game, and I'm a big fan of this archetype, and I believe it is very different to Piltover Burn, because it is a highly synergistic build that requires some really strong skills regarding mulligan and decision making, specifically sequencing and resource management, as it is like I said, a very synergistic deck, right? We are synergizing around discard mechanics. We're playing the likes of Draven, who gives us access, but we also have Get Excited alongside Rummage to discard cards from our hand and get benefits from them, as we are running a full set of Vision, Flame Chompers, and Jury Rig. It is a discard archetype that gets really good benefits off of discarding these cards for really strong value for very little mana, as cards like Vision, when we discard them with an axe from Draven, can get us a significant attack boost on our entire board at burst speed for, like I said, 0 mana, which can prove to be overwhelming to the opponent. And that's where this deck really shines. I got quite a bit of gameplay today against opposing Piltover Noxious Burn decks, just so you guys can see that, in my opinion and through my experience, this deck has a good matchup against that archetype, because we keep up to their pace. Like, we play 1-drops and 2-drops alongside their 1-drops and 2-drops, but because we're more synergistic, we have more payoff of combining our cards in a specific way, and we are able to overwhelm our opponent with size and speed, and we are able to kill them before they kill us, which makes this a really neat deck that is very underplayed right now, and I believe very underrated as an archetype as a whole. When it comes to 1-drops, we have Astute Academic and Draven's Biggest Fan, the star of today's thumbnail. The reason why we're playing Draven's Biggest Fan, even though he's a pretty sort of 1-drop, 1 mana 2/1. There are better options right now in the region. Draven's Biggest Fan is here because we really want to play Draven on turn 3 in this deck, because Draven's axes are very, very important for us to get the upper hand on the opponent, start getting some really, really powerful synergy going on, right? He's one of the most key pieces of this deck, and being able to guarantee him on turn 3 with a 1-drop is really neat and warrants us running him as a 2-of. I'm also running 3 copies of Astute Academic. I think it's the best 1-drop for this deck, because generally speaking, after the first turn we play it, it becomes a 2-2 every turn that can potentially have even more attack if we combine her with Rummage and or a leveled up Jinx on the board, and then she becomes a better Legion rearguard in a sense. The 2 health is really relevant as we can survive 1 damage pings, and overall I really, really like her in this deck. We have Jury Rig, Flame Chompers, and Vision, like I said, as our discard outlets. We have Boom Kuruki and Crimson Disciple as our 2 drops of choice. Very, very powerful for aggressive decks in general. Crimson Disciple also happens to synergize with the full set of Transfusion, which we are playing in this deck because Transfusion allows us to not only push for more damage, but also dodge removal that can be aimed towards the likes of Draven and even potentially Jinx. Jinx is the main unit that we want to be protecting from removal, as if we are able to keep Jinx alive and level her up, we are going to be able to put our opponent on the ultimate clock and just fire rockets at them again and again until they die, and it is just absolutely glorious. We're also running a couple of Chief Mech and Zevi. I have replaced the Augmented Experimenter with this card because I believe this card is overall better. She's not in the thumbnail today because I didn't really draw her too often, unfortunately. Like, she only really shined in 1 game, I believe, because I didn't manage to draw her in the others. Regardless, I do believe she's really, really good for this deck. She works really well and functions a very similar role to that of Jinx, as we don't really care about giving the cards that we draw fleeting because our curve is so naturally low. We're going to be able to play all those cards at that stage of the game, and she just nets us tremendous value. We can get a copy of Mystic Shot, a copy of Get Excited, a copy of whatever we draw. Even a Boom Kuruki gives us another source of 2 damage. Like, she just really, really helps us out in matches that drag out a little bit more than we want, as we are able to refuel and just keep coming at our opponent. And if we draw something like a Vision and get another copy of Vision, and they're both fleeting, we just pass our turn, discard them, and get the free boost on attack, you know? So it's not that bad in that situation either, which is why I really like her. Alongside that, she has a very, very respectable stat line for 6 mana, and I think she's really neat in the deck list, and that is the deck itself, ladies and gentlemen. Really, really fun. I love playing discard aggro. It really... I like to showcase myself playing this deck a lot because it kind of like, it's a good eye-opener for a lot of people who think that I'm just against aggro decks in card games in general. I think aggro, in fact, is very, very vital for any sort of healthy metagame in any card game, Legends of Runeterra not being an exception to this, and I think most people agree to that. These decks are important. It's important to have fast-paced decks that can punish greedier, slower strategies, and this one is just a blast to play. So I'm gonna let the games speak for themselves. Hopefully you guys enjoy the matches as much as I did playing them. And that's all I gotta say. Have a solid day. Enjoy the games. I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, that dude had a terrible hand. Yeah, for sure. I'm not gonna lie. Like, he missed out on like some very early plays. I discarded Zevi. Yeah, to keep Jinx alive. At that point, Jinx just kind of like wins me the game. And that's why I really like Transfusion in this deck, because it's a good way to protect Jinx and Draven from removal, but especially Jinx.
Is he here yet? Oh man.
Alright.
First big mission.
Oh, I can't wait. My turn.
Does he do this? Raven, I love you!
Me too, kiddo.
Kiddo.
Me too.
Won't find none better this side of the sun.
A foray into the field? How exciting!
God axes need victims. Maybe you need a closer look. Time for the moneymakers. No refunds.
I'll try anyone once.
Coming in hot!
Reporting in? I'll do better this time. Got a rod with your name on it. Draven out. They got past me. Of course I'm ready.
Honestly, I really like money.
I like how every time a new viewer comes in and asks about your flag, half you chat just types flag.
Let's do this. A worthy end. Watch and learn.
Time to go. I can do this. Just gonna put this here.
Got an axe with your name on it. Hey, buddy, what you doing?
Better run.
Damn, I'm good.
I won't deny it. I miss me some Jinx discard, man. This is an aggro deck for men.
I brought my books. Hope that's all right.
Nerd!
Let me show you what I can do.
It's
Putting study into practice.
Silent as death.
the party has arrived.
The party has arrived.
They cannot hide.
You hoping they'll die of boredom?
I'm always up for a round or two. Eyes open.
Eyes open. Better float the stand up. Whew, we're close.
Fight with my spirit, not my fists.
Yeah. Good luck with that, kiddo.
Rules are made to be broken. Like buildings. Or people.
You should try blinking sometime.
Ye started without me.
A foray into the field? How exciting!
Gotcha. Oh, motherfucker. Okay. Alright, 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 alright.
What is gained when you return
Don't
malevolence?
quite catch.
Smile! It's called gunplay.
Now I've lost my place.
Finest gear for Piltover's finest. Dark beckons.
Looks like I'm on a hot streak.
Breathe in, breathe out.
Double trouble.
Together again, huh?
We're just one grave short of a full house.
Blue as the serpentine.
Oh, I can't wait. I will play my part. I could use two of me.
I can do this.
I actually should have played more into that round because he can't. Like, the funny thing is,
Keep up, keep up.
he has to be careful because the moment he plays another card here.
Eyes open.
Eyes open.
First big mission.
Yep, you're dead. Yes, triple potion. Alright, sure.
Holy partner.
Old partner.
Look what you did.
Light the fuse.
Your lesson begins.
These Crimson Disciples, dude.
Better run. Backfired.
Don't ask where it's from.
And you're dead. I'm gonna keep the jury rig and the boom crew rookie. That's one sexy rummage, if I've ever seen one. That is one sexy rummage, boy. This may be worth, like, I think I'm actually going to, I think I'm going to trade with this, because I want to slow down the Sejuani from leveling up. I think this is correct. But I'm not going to rummage yet. Because we prevent Sejuani's level up progression here.
Of course I'm ready.
And I really like that.
I'll try anyone once.
I played...
I have the name. I need the reputation.
I actually played the wrong... I played the wrong jury rig, though. I should have played the one on the right. Because I'm going to miss a buff on it. See, that's a mistake that I made there. I don't even know if I really... We could very easily have a way to buff this. Is this correct to go for this now?
Don't mind me.
My turn.
Fine. Fine.
Elixir of Iron? Yeah, I actually think that...
Is that...
I think that was a mistake. I think I should have just open attacked.
It's nothing personal.
It's nothing personal.
That's always been there.
I'm misplaying this one. I'm definitely misplaying this one. Definitely misplaying this one.
Come, Clara, we have much to teach you.
I can't wait. Destruction feeds my fire.
I have to aggro him down. I actually can.
But I'm rich.
Snuffed out. Advent, come here, handsome.
Hello, dear. What have you got us into now?
Fish bones! We're doing it! Everyone goes boom!
I love a taste of the action. Let the flames take you. Breathe in.
Now it's a party!
I've always wondered, does this so 2 damage plus 4
Less
damage.
thinking, more pew-pewing!
4 damage.
I can do this.
I'm worried about him having a ravenous flock.
We see through all. Time for the main event.
Advent, come here, handsome.
Hello, dear. What have you got us into now?
Bye-bye!
Look what you did.
Okay, so with three in hand, he could have an elixir. He's already played a couple of elixirs of iron.
Got axes. Need
I don't think I can't think of like, especially considering how he's played one, he already played 2 Elixir of Irons. So besides Elixir of Iron and Take Heart, there's nothing else, right? So he can't possibly generate a unit that can block this. Only like a Whirling Death. Only a Whirling Death, really. Like, he can't stop it. Jinx cannot die here, I think. Like, unless I'm missing something. Like, from just like having a unit too buffed up.
Fly away while you can.
It just, she can't die.
Fine, fine.
Come here, darling.
Best not ruffle our feathers.
Thought so.
Time to go.
But my friend.
Okay, I draw first. Ah, yikes. Sejuani here would be pretty rough.
Destination in sight.
You know, that's a problem too. Doesn't that kill me?
A foray into the field? How exciting!
Forward.
Nothing but a footnote.
So this drops you down to 2, which means I have to do this. And I still don't know how I kill him though. Top deck Rummage.
Draven out.
I have to top deck Rummage into something.
Darken the skies.
GG. So, I definitely misplayed this one significantly in the early game. It just goes to show, it was awkward. Like, I even think my mulligan was probably not completely correct. I think the mulligan was fine. But I definitely spent way too many resources trying to deal with his unit. I played into his shit too much. I played into his health gain boost too much. Way too much. Given he had some big threats, but I definitely misplayed. Right then and there. Because if that damage went to face, you know, like it would have been a different game, right? I'm gonna keep the rest of his hand, you know. Flame Chompers as a discard target is really neat. We have the 1-drop in Astute Academic. I just hope he doesn't lead off with a rear guard, especially because he's going first. That would suck a little bit because this is not the great turn 1 blocker. Though to be fair, I can rummage into these 2, but we're gonna wait because
A foray into the field? How exciting!
because we can always use this rummage to level you up, right?
I can do this.
This could be pretty neat.
Of course I'm ready.
Putting study into practice.
If he wants to trade
Time to
1-drops. He's gonna regret that. He's gonna feel the power. As soon as he attacks, oh boy.
Light the fuse.
Now I've lost my place.
Ooh, baby.
I hope this works. Backfired.
Time
For the main event.
Fuse is lit.
Me too, kiddo.
Me too, kiddo.
Me too.
Let me show you what I can do.
Watch and learn.
Let's test my theory.
We're cooking. I'm going for this attack. And I'm going for this vision because if I don't go for it, there's a good chance he won't block. I need to force the blocks. But how beautiful is this shit? How beautiful is this shit? Getting these two killed off over here. And just look at this pressure, man. That's adorable. Get the fuck out of my face, you greedy you. Go home.
All me. And maybe those other guys. Whatever.
I think I played that correctly for the most part, but that was a really hard call to make. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna keep the Jinx, I think. Let's see if that's a good decision or not. I mean, Jinx is kind of important here, but then again, in this matchup, we'll see.
Is he here yet?
I mean, I love seeing that transfusion.
Yeah, I'm out of play.
Yeah, I'm out of play.
I can do this.
I could play Draven here,
This is
but I think I'm always better off just attacking, open attacking.
Time to go.
The order rewards its faithful.
I'm gonna stay out of thermal beam range here.
Less than 3.
Less than 3, my man. Alright, Jinx is... Like, another Jinx is unnecessary. That's why I'm not sure keeping Jinx in the hand is correct, but... Okay.
They cannot hide.
Raven, I love you.
Me too, kiddo.
Me too, kiddo.
Me too.
Rain from a cloudless sky.
Watch and learn.
You act, but do not see.
It's too late for you.
Raven, out.
Jinx? Dance for Jinx? Durr.
Don't blink.
Or you'll miss me. So it doesn't have a thermal beam, otherwise it would go for it.
Watch and learn.
Wait. That must be a bug though, right? Oh, does it count like it's targeting Jinx? That has to be a bug. That counted towards the level up. The deny counted towards the level because it targeted a A spell? Is that intended? Is that actually intended? That's kind of, that's the first time I see that. It's kind of crazy. It has to be a bug. That cannot be intended.
Less thinking, more pew-pewing. All part of the plan. I just meet up. No, it's your. I'm on a roll.
Better run.
Quiet steps as the dragon approaches.
In case anybody's wondering, I can't rocket this round.
Vi stands for violence. Here's the fun. Eat this. Justice is served.
I think I may have misplayed this one too.
Backfired.
I think I may have misplayed this one. This is a hard deck to play, man. It's really hard.
First, big mission.
Little jerks grow up so fast.
I'm so good, I surprised myself. I thought you'd never ask.
Perhaps I spent too much energy. Perhaps I should have like gone. Should I have gone face there? I think I should not have kept the Jinx in my hand. I think that was a big mistake. Like keeping the Jinx in my hand, especially considering the matchup, because it's harder to keep Jinx alive against Karma Ezreal, right? So I should have gone with a more aggressive game plan. I think for sure. See, this is also like a very tricky mulligan. Very tricky mulligan, because I want some early game presence here. So I'm actually gonna mulligan. This is gonna be weird, but I'm gonna mulligan these three. Yeah, that's better. It's definitely better. I'm happy I did that.
The party has
arrived.
Let me show you what I can do.
Yeah, I'm at it. Play.
Yeah, I'm out of play.
Raven, I love you.
Me too, kiddo.
I could go for the open attack, but I think I can do much better. Because if he does play something like an Ashe this turn, I have very
All the world on one
I have a very easy time punishing this. I could play you, the astute academic. I have an axe. If he frostbites me, an axe plus vision go down to 0. Axe plus vision.
You hoping they'll die of boredom?
Foray into the field? How exciting!
Watch and learn.
Lead the target. Look what you did.
Time for the money makers.
I was thinking about it.
Those other guys.
I was thinking about Elixir of Iron, which is why I took my time. Because Elixir of Iron really, like, I was thinking if it was worth it to still commit to that, and then I'm like, okay, I can still always Mystic Shot that ass later down the line. I'm still getting a lot of damage, and it's just worth it. There is definitely an argument for going for the transfusion preemptively, but I don't think it's correct, because I wanted him to, you know. But the reason why I went for the transfusion, because I could have just, like, gone up with that, right? But the reason why I went with the transfusion is because I wanted to not be vulnerable to another brittle steel in that exchange, right? So, because I would pump up my health as well. I'm gonna mulligan away the, Woo! This hand is pretty sexy. This hand is pretty damn sexy.
Of course I'm ready.
Alright. The party has arrived.
I have the
Best job.
watch and learn.
I'm gonna be calm about this.
Fresh is worth at least twice as much.
I brought my books. Hope that's all right.
Sell into them!
Just as I hypothesized. A foray into the field? How exciting!
The few for the men.
Few for the men.
Rules are made to be broken. Like buildings. Or people.
You should try blinking sometime. We are at war.
We are at war.
Less thinking, more pew-pewing.
Now we're cooking.
We are doing it!
I'll take it. Come at me. Come at me, bruh. No? Alright.
Axes coming right up. You dare oppose Noxus?
Yeah.
How tedious.
I dare. Lock and loaded.